Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of DIY with Mr. M, musical instruments at home. Today's instrument that we'll be making is the panpipe or pan flute, as you can see here. Now the origins of this one is used a lot by the South American countries, but it originally came from ancient Greece. Just a little bit of information there. So if you're ready, I'm ready, let's do it. So what you'll need for today's instrument is some masking tape or sticky tape, our friend that we're using a lot of the time. Now in this case I'm using 6 straws. You can use more or less, it doesn't really matter, but in this case I'm using 6. So we'll be needing 5 paddle pop sticks. The reason for that is I'm just putting a little gap between the straws so they're not all squished up together. As you can see there's 6 straws. Now I'm using the paper ones because they're a little bit more durable, more tougher than the plastic version. A texter or some sort of marker. Now you need an adult to probably help you with this one because we're going to be marking the straws to where we need to cut them with the scissors, and again an adult will need to help you on that one there too. Alrighty, so let's get going. So grab your straws and just put them out in front of you. Grab your texter. Now what I'm going to do here, if you can see here like this, put them together like so, so then we can mark them properly, and grab yourself a paddle pop stick because we can use that as like a ruler in that sort of sense as well too. Now what I found out with the straws in terms of making sound, we do need to take a quarter of the first straw off. As you can see with my one, there's a bit missing there too. Anything longer I found that it didn't make any sound, and of course we want an instrument that makes some sound and whatnot, so on that one there too. So grab your straw, your first one, and mark off about a quarter missing. Now you don't have to go exactly with a ruler, you can sort of mark it off and roughly sort of estimate what you need to take off. So I'll show you here, there's your full ruler, so about a quarter would be there, and mark that off. Put that one back onto there, and what we're going to be doing from there, now that we've got our mark, is use your paddle pop stick, and what we're going to be doing is drawing lines on our sticks. So one of them will have a mark, we'll be then doing across and going up each time by the width of the paddle pop stick until we get to the last one, so then we know where to cut on there. So have them straight down like so. Grab your marker or grab an adult to help you with this one here, and I will show you when I'm done what I mean by marking them off. With this one, marking each one off as we go along. Okay, so I'll put that away now. So as you can see, just got to get a hold on them. I've basically used the width of the paddle pop stick from the first marker to go across, and then I've placed it over the first marker and then gone across and so forth and gone across until I got to the last straw, in which case then you'll have a staggered line. You'll have lines, but then each one will be one more line, and that's where we're going to be cutting. Alright, so you've got your first one that we did there, quarter off. Okay. So grab your second one with your marker, grab your scissors, or an adult with some scissors, and simply on your line, cut. Pop that back there too, and keep going like so. Each time going higher and higher. see each line up there, cutting it shorter and shorter. Last one. Okay, so what I'm going to do to show you what I mean is I'm just going to use a bit of tape to hold it together because it wasn't really working, was it, for me? So that go away. So when you cut each line down, you'll get that, as you can see there, looking like a pan pipe at the moment, which each one, like I was saying there too. Alright, so put it back down, get that tape off, we can reuse that in a second. Now, grab your powder pop sticks and simply place them from the top, or just about 1 centimetre from the top where you blow into, and just pop them down. They don't need to be staggered like the cuts, they can simply be placed there too. Now, like with my demo one here, I've actually cut the powder pop sticks as they went down. You don't have to do that, but you can if you want to. If you are going to cut the powder pop sticks shorter and shorter, make sure you do that first before you stick it all together. Alright, oops, grab one more there. But for this demo, I'll just leave it like it is so you can see what's happening too. So as you can see, there's a bit of a gap now too. Now, before we go taping the whole thing together, because if we blow into it, tape it all together and blow into now, we're just going to get air going through a straw. So what we need to do is almost kink the bottom of each straw to get that panpipe sound. It's a nice sound, that one. Alright, so what we need to do, and this is you're going to be doing this to each one. So like I said, if you're going to be using more straws, it essentially will be getting shorter and shorter because a full length straw just won't make any sound, and you don't want to get too short a straw and be fiddly and whatnot. So in this case 6 is I think perfect with that, but you can use more if you wish. Alright, so grab your first one, so whether it be the longest one or the shortest one, it doesn't matter. Grab that one. Now down the bottom is where you need to kink it. Now you'll need to use your scissors again, so you will need an adult for help, and you need to get your tape in a second as well too. So what we're doing here is grabbing the tape and opening it like so. And again, remember, use an adult please, because it is a sharp pair of scissors. And what we need to do is simply push about 1 centimetre or so from the bottom. In the middle of the straw is push down and kink it so it becomes like a V shape at the bottom. I'll show what I mean. I'll do that first one. Now if you happen to cut through the straw, it doesn't matter because we'll be using tape. So once you push down on each one, simply just push it together like so, and as you can see, if I pull it apart there, it's forming a V shape. So you want that V shape because the V shape gives you that flute sort of sound as well too. Alrighty, so once you've done that, grab a bit of tape, and in case you have broken the top, the little bit where the top of the scissors, you can just tape it up. So what I'll do, just in case I have done it, I'm just going to tape up the top and make sure it's nice and tight when you're wrapping around each one. And of course then you need to tape up the bottom part as well too. And that's simply going over rather than around, so you can just sort of tape it like that. Make sure each corner bit's there, and then just pull it down like so and tuck it in nicely so you get that sort of approach. Perfect. Alright. And also keep in mind, the longer the straw, the lower the sound, and it may not be as clear as when you get to the short ones as well too. Alright, so once you've done the first one, get the second one there too, and repeat. Again, kink the bottom there right in the middle into a V shape. Push it down. Use your thumb if you need to. And do that. Get a little bit of tape to firstly wrap around about 1 centimetre in like so, and then a little piece to fold over the enter, and that will, of course, will make the sound of the flute when you blow into it when you're done. Okay, so that's 2 done. Grab your third one. Remember, you can start at any part of the flute. You don't have to go from specifically one end. You can do the longest part, the shortest part, or even stagger it if you want. Okay, V-shape it down there and push together. And you can paint the straws if you want to, but remember, do it please before you put it together, because then it becomes a bit harder and trickier to paint each individual one, because you might want to paint each one a different colour, which will be really cool, I think. Now also keep in mind, when you are doing the bottom part, it may come out looking not nice and neat, but you know what, we're making something nice at home. It doesn't matter if it's looking a bit like that. Alrighty, grab your next one and keep going. Kick it down the bottom to a V shape. Mind your fingers. Alright, another bit of tape. Going around. And one more for bottom there. There we go. Next one there, almost there. How's everyone going at home with this one? Good? Alright. Now, as I've reminded everyone in previous episodes, you can pause it if you need to catch up a bit. You can go back if you need to in case you weren't sure what one part was all about. Obviously you can re-watch the episode over and over again if you wanted to make sure you haven't missed any steps. Okay, so one more over the top, nice and tight. Alright. Okay, lucky last one. Push down. Okay, once you do the last one, we won't be needing the scissors anymore, so they can be put away. Okay, make sure that's the V shape as the previous ones. Okay, one around about a centimetre in, and of course the last one over the top. Well, that sounds good. Alrighty, so once you have created that, place them all in order on the table like so. So they're all sitting that way or that way, either way on that one there too. Grab the paddle up sticks again, and like I said, about a centimetre in from the top. I'll do that for you. So about there on each one, so everything's on there, so just do that. If you're a little bit sort of more than a centimetre, that's okay as well. Just pop that in like so. Each time putting one in between. There, whoops. Try not to escape. And again. And last one. Okay. Alrighty, so once everything's all together, grab your masking tape or sticky tape, and what we're going to do is tape around it. You probably need to wrap it around a few times, but if you need to get a couple bits of tape, that's okay. So grab your tape, make sure it's all as in line as you possibly can, and simply place down on the paddle sticks and the tape so they're all holding together. So you'll get that. And simply fold it over so it's facing the other way and wrap the rest of the tape around. Just like so, pushing down on each bit, because you're going to get a straight bit for the paddle pop stick and then a curvy bit for the straw. Make sure you're pushing down so every little nook and cranny is getting sticky tape to hold together. And then fold it over. Then it becomes easier to hold because it's all together. Okay, once you do that, as you can see, the paddle pop sticks are giving a bit of a gap, so you're not sort of having it all crammed together. And get another bit of tape and wrap it further down the bottom, so it gives a bit of support on that, so it's not wobbling around and whatnot. Okay, pushing down. Okay, fold that a little bit over. Now I haven't tried this on plastic straws, so I'm not sure if you're going to get the same effect as paper straws. But please, if you've only got plastic straws at home, give it a go. Oh, that one there too. And what I might do is just put one more piece just in the middle in between those two, just to support it again. You can use more bits of tape if you want to sort of make sure it's really not wobbling around. Push down on that. How's yours coming along? Is it going good? Yeah? Alright. And you can also keep these bits of leftover straw that we've got from another project if we come across one on that one there too. Hold it down, push down. There we have it. There is your pan pipe or pan flute. Let's give this a go and see what sort of sound it makes. Wow! That's fantastic. I think yours will be doing just as much fun as mine. And there is your pan pipe or pan flute complete. Now before the episode finishes, it's the usual jam session we will have together now with our new instruments. And enjoy the rest of the day and your new instrument. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4! I'll catch you for the next episode of DIY with Mr. M, musical instruments at home. We'll see you next time. Bye!
A man called Hercules. He'd sing a song and sound so mean.